Hi friends, welcome back to my physics channel once again. See, in the process of mechanical properties of fluids, that is regarding NEET examination, I want to tell an important problem, that is from Torrcelles Flex formula. So అందరూ ఇది నోట్ చేసుకోండి, very important from mechanical properties. See, ఇక్కడ ఒక ట్యాంక్ ఉందండి, ట్యాంక్ ఓపెన్. One tank is there. This is open to the atmosphere, open tank. And the height of the tank is given as some h, capital H. Okay, this height is given as capital H. The open tank, water on the full, complete water is there in this tank. Okay, water. Now for this tank, from the surface, this is the surface, from the surface at a height y, a small square hole is drilled of length L. Okay, na? In the same way, from the surface at a height 4y, a circular hole is drilled. So this is the given question. అర్థమవుతుంది మీకు? ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే రిగార్డింగ్ మెకానికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్లూయిడ్స్లోంచి, అది కూడా Torrcelles Flex formula velocity. This is an open tank filled with water of height capital H. From the surface at a height h, a square hole is drilled for the tank. From this, water is coming out from the square hole, fluid. In the same way, from the surface at a height 4y, circular hole is drilled here. From here also water is coming out, fluid. Now the question is, water is coming out from both the holes, square hole, circular hole, from the surface at height y and 4y. But here the water is not becoming empty. That's the point. The water is constant, it's stable. Are you following the point here? Now, he is asking you what is the radius. He has given the length of the square as L and radius as R. Circular hole యొక్క radius capital R ఇచ్చాడు, square యొక్క length లేదా side L ఇచ్చాడు. Now he is asking you what is R value. అది question. He is asking you what is the R value, please. So ఇది ఎలా చేయాలి problem? How to solve such problems? Solution. So here what is coming from the holes? Fluid is coming out. That means the volume is coming out. That means quantity. Because H is constant here, H is not decreasing, it seems. H is not decreasing. So quantity is constant. Quantity is equal to constant. That is quantity coming out from this and this. And enti meter cube per second. That is indicated with the Q. So whatever the fluid coming out, that is volume per second. Volume per second is constant. అంటే ఇందులో ఎంతైతే వాల్యూమ్ పర్ సెకండ్ వస్తుందో బయటికి ఫ్లూయిడ్, సేమ్ ఈస్ కమింగ్ అవుట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్క్యులర్ హోల్. ఓకే, ఆర్ యూ ఫాలోయింగ్? సో వాట్ ఎవర్ క్వాంటిటీ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ స్క్వేర్, that is meter cube per second, is equal to quantity coming from the circular hole. So how to calculate the quantity? That is volume per second. What is volume? You know, volume is equal to area into length, or volume is equal to area into length and displacement kada. So velocity into time. Time into enta 1 second. So the volume of the fluid is coming out in 1 second into formula enti AV. Okay. So the quantity, the volume coming out from the square is equal to the volume coming from the circle drilled for the tank, open tank of height capital H. So first we will find out the volume of the square, that is A1 V1. So already from Torrcelles equation manaki telusu velocity. What is velocity for Torrcelles equation? Root 2gh. Have you remember that? ఒకసారి నా పాత వీడియోస్ చూడండి. Torrcelles ఈక్వేషన్లో ద వెలాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్లక్స్ ఇస్ గివెన్ బై V is equal to root 2gh. Okay na? So apply that formula for this and this. So volume దీనికి ఎంత First volume, that is quantity A1 V1. What is the area of the square? Square area into side into side, that is length into length, length into length area into V1. What is the velocity of the first one? Root 2gh, flux velocity, తెలుసు కదా V1. That is root over 2g into h. What is the height? From where it is coming? Y. This is equal to the quantity coming out from the circular hole of the same tank, kept at the height 4h. So ఇక్కడ కూడా అప్లై చేయండి సేమ్. వాట్ ఇస్ ది ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్? పై, we don't know the radius, capital R square, అదే మనం ఫైండ్ చేయాలి, into the velocity, because A1 V1, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. సో దీని వెలాసిటీ ఎంత అవుతుంది? ఫ్లక్స్ వెలాసిటీ రూట్ 2gh. what is the height? 4y. ఓకే, జాగ్రత్తగా దీన్ని సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం మనం. Here what I'll do is L square by pi R square. I'll write it as under root 2g4y by, I'll take this also to down, 2g, రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా, root a by root b is equal to root over a by b. 2g y. So root 4 ఎంత అవుతుంది? 2. So L square by pi R square is equal to 2. But is asking you what is the radius of the circular hole drilled below the, from the top of the tank at height 4y. So R కావాలని ఏం చేస్తాను? This one I can write it as L square by 2 pi is equal to R square. So R అంటే అండర్ రూట్, దీనికి రూట్ కట్టాలి. ఓకేనా? చూసుకోండి, స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ 4, 2 కింద తీసుకొచ్చాను, 2 pi R square. సో R is equal ఎంత అవుతుంది? R is equal to square root of L square by 2 pi, that is equal to L square root L by root 2 pi. So what is the radius of the hole drilled? Radius is equal to L by root 2 pi. Very, very important problem. Okay, so ఇది ఎలా చేసాం మనం? on the basic concept of the Torrcelles equation, that is root 2gh, because the water fluid is coming from the height this much. Already derivation meeku, if you watch my previous video, you can understand the derivation also by using Bernoulli's theorem, that is pressure energy, kinetic energy, gravitation is equal to constant అని 2 పాయింట్స్ తీసుకున్నాం, ఆ విధంగా డెరైవ్ చేసాం. సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ రేడియస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు క్యాపిటల్ L by root 2 pi. ఓకేనా? క్లియర్? అగైన్ విల్ మీట్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వీడియో ప్లీజ్.